Good evening, everyone. My name is Lise, and I'm from Treaty 6 territory. I live in Edmonton, Alberta. I hope you're doing fabulous. I rolled over in my bed to the phone that was ringing, and I glanced at it, and I read the time. It was 3:30 in the morning. Groggily, I answered the phone, and I heard my niece at the other end. And I thought to myself, what's going on? She had a very low voice and seemed like she didn't want to tell me. She then informed me in a shaky voice that my mom had just passed away. We were in a lockdown and I couldn't even go see her. And with the restrictions, we could not even have a funeral. How am I supposed to deal with all of this complexity? I felt so isolated, lost, and felt so hopeless. I was absolutely heartbroken and thought to myself, how am I ever going to live with without my mother? I lay there crying until the sun came up. And when the sun rose, I went for a walk and I stood by a great big tree and I sobbed. And then I turned around. I put my arms around that tree and it just felt like it was absorbing my pain. And I felt the warm wind come over my face and blanket me as though my mom's presence was around me. And the sun was beaming down, and I felt she had arrived home in heaven. My story is not unique. Many people have lost loved ones during this time with no funerals, and people have had difficulty, especially with unresolved grief. Empowering people to come to terms with grief is so profound and needed, especially at this time. Regaining a sense of vitality for life is so critical. In the past 36 years, I have been able to help thousands of people just like you to achieve your goals after going through difficult times. One of the most common questions that I get is, Lise, can you please help me with my grief? And the answer is yes. The Grief Warrior program helps people to come through their grief faster with renewed sense of vitality for life. The next step is go to lrwellness.net right now to get started with the peace and bring peace in your heart so that you can have a life of vitality. Whether you're new to grief or 10 years in grief, you can get through this. The process is the same. This is an offer that will help you come to a place of peace and tranquility. I have everyday people that are coming to terms with their grief and are able to accelerate their process to healing. Don't worry, you don't need $25,000, but a one time payment of $497 for this program for January with all the virtual pre recorded videos and PDF with exercises to help you break through your pain. Picture a day when you're completely present for your family. Picture a day when a loved one says to you, "It's great to see you laughing again." Picture a day when you feel the joy in your heart for being alive. And picture a day when you look forward to waking up in the morning. Let me leave you with this one last thought. With my mother, it took 3 months to have her funeral. With my family gathered around the day before her funeral, my brother had a massive heart attack and dropped dead in my mother's kitchen. Not only did I lose my mother, but I lost my brother to a heart attack. Despite the compounded losses, I made it through to the other side of grief. And I'm here to help you to the other side of your grief. You deserve to be free and to live life fully each day. So, with that, I invite each and every one of you to step into your healing and take the next step because you deserve the best life ever. So, with that, thank you all very much for checking out my stream, and I wish you all the best in healing in your journey.